Good morning, third graders. It's so great to see you again. Well, I don't really see you, but I know you see me, and I have you in my mind, okay? I am back in my garage. I wanted to just give you a little help on your rough draft, okay? I know some of you get a little, you freeze a little bit. You get a little nervous when you start doing your rough draft, and I want to show you how easy the rough draft is, okay? So I'm not going to do your whole rough draft for you, but I'm going to show you a few of the sentences that we can make from the beginnings of your outline, okay? I wrote on here, I think this was similar to something that we did yesterday for the outline, all right? We started with Roman numeral number 1 that showed us that hagfish, right? We're talking about hagfish and how they are like big slime eels. Another name for them is slime eels. And that they are some of the strangest creatures in the ocean, okay, in the sea. And so you're basically just mumbling it back. It's as if your mom said, wow, what does this mean? And you said, oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about hagfish. Okay, and I'm just gonna write that. Hagfish are, you could even say slimy eels. You could even say big, okay? Hagfish are big slimy eels. And they are, see, I'm just making this up as I go. I'm not concerned about how it sounds right now, just that it makes sense, okay? But from my outline. So hagfish, because that's what we have here, they are some big slimy eels, and you know what I might say, oh yeah, strangest creatures. And they are, that's right, they are some of the strangest. I think we had a water here. Didn't we have a water symbol? They are some of the strangest creatures in the ocean. Okay. Now, of course, you're double spacing. That's really important, okay? Because it's like what I did here. As I'm writing, I'm like, oh wait, I want to say they're big slimy eels, so I'm going to put big there. There. That's why you want to double space. You don't need to worry if you spelled something correctly, because you're going to go back later and have a parent go back over it and say, oh, this is spelled wrong, and they can help you spell it correctly. Okay? Like, let's say I spelled ills like this. Okay, and they said, oh, you did that the wrong way. So they could cross it out for you and say, this is how you spell ills. That's why you want to have it double spaced. Now, let's go to the next sentence. I think you had something like, number 1, you said something that they're covered. I think we put that. We put the symbol with glands. And I think we said that spew out, right? They kind of spew it out. Emit was the word, but spew it out. What do they spew out? Slime, ooey gooey slime. And so that's the next part of your outline. And so you're gonna make up a sentence from that. You're not gonna worry about, oh, I need to have the sentence sounding exactly right. You're just gonna go, oh yeah, that's right. So you're going to say the hagfish, I'm making this up as I go. The hagfish, I don't think it's capitalized, is covered with glands that spew out, or you could say spit out, or you could say produce, okay? I like this word spew out, slime because I know I can make that an alliteration later. In our final draft, you want to have one alliteration, so be thinking what you might want that to be. So there, now I've got my second sentence written. You're going to be writing this on a piece of paper just like you normally do. You're going to double space, okay? You are not going to worry if it's sloppy. You're not going to worry if you've misspelled something. And you're not going to worry about adjectives, quality adjectives or ly words yet, okay? Or banned words. You're just going to write it all out. Get it on paper. And then to me, this is when the fun part happens. So I'm going to erase, because if this were my paper, I would not have the outline information on it, would I? So I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm even going to change that. I'm going to write eels there. Oh, eels. Okay. Now, of course, I don't have enough room here to write everything out. Plus, I want you guys to practice writing out your rough draft, okay? You're going to write out your rough draft. Now comes the fun part. Well, I think this is the fun part. Because now I'm going to look at page 155, okay, in my book, my I.E.W. book. I'm going to look at that page, and I'm going to look for banned words, okay? Go, went, come, came, say, said, get, got. Even in my adjectives, they show banned words. They show banned adjectives. So here are your banned verbs, and here are your banned adjectives. Good and bad, nice and mean, pretty, ugly, big, a lot. And I'm going to see if I have any of those. Hagfish are big. Okay, I'm going to circle it. That's all I'm going to do right now. That means it's banned adjective. I can't use that. Now I'm going to keep reading. Hagfish are big slimy eels, and they are some of the strangest creatures in the ocean. I don't have any banned words there. I can keep going. The hagfish is covered with glands that spew out slime. Oh, I don't have any there either. Just for fun, let's see if I can put one in. I don't think I can. I don't think I can. So, you know, this might be a rough draft that you won't have a lot of banned words. It just depends how you write it out. But you're going to look for those, and anytime you see one, you're just going to circle it, okay? Then when you're done doing that, you are going to go back to those circled words, and you're going to replace them. Now, I'm going to replace, that's an adjective. It's a banned adjective. So I'm going to go to my adjectives, and I'm going to look. They actually have one here for big, because they know that big is a banned word. Okay, and there's some fun words I can use instead of big. Hagfish are enormous. And I'm going to write enormous over my big. And that's what I'm going to use for my quality adjective. Now I've got my quality adjective, okay? If you don't have any adjectives here, then what you need to do, if you don't have, see, I had that big in there, you might not have that. And I don't want you to use mine and make that your adjective, okay? So yeah, enormous is not going to count. You have to change it. So how do you find adjectives? What does an adjective modify? That's right. I think I heard, who did I hear say that? Was that Anna? Yes, they modify nouns. So look for your nouns. Well, hagfish is a noun. It's a thing, right? And then just maybe underline some. Eels. Oh, slimy. Well, slimy would be definitely a quality adjective, wouldn't it? Creatures. Here's hagfish again. Ocean. Okay, and that is how you find how to do a quality adjective. You find a noun. That's how you know how to put in a quality adjective, is that you find a noun and you can find a quality adjective. Well, the ocean, it's big, isn't it? It's big, it's interesting. If you go to this page again, 156 and 157, you'll find all kinds of adjectives that you could use to describe ocean. So I'm going to go to, I'm going to go to big. No, I'm actually going to go to interesting, okay? And I'm going to say, for ocean, I'm going to say mysterious. So I would write mysterious on my rough draft over ocean, and now I know that's going to be my quality adjective, okay? You also need to come up with an ly word and an ly sentence opener. So let's talk about that real quick. How do you find, what is an ly word? Yes, that's right. Neil, I think you got that. An ly word is an adverb. And what does an adverb modify, Levi? Yes, it modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. So I think sometimes in our papers, it's easiest if you go to a verb to put an ly word in. So let's find a verb here. The hagfish is covered. This is our helping verb, right? Is covered. What's being said about hagfish? It's covered, right? It is covered. So we would say covered how, or covered when, we could put it, so we could put it before or after. I think it would sound better if it's before. So you would just go to your ly words. That's why I love this book. And ly words are on page 160 and 170. And so you could go through a bunch of these. Now sometimes they're hard to find. Sometimes ly words are hard. You might need a little parent help. But another way to find an ly word is to use the dictionary, okay? I'm looking here for a good ly word for covered. I don't know if that's going to be a good one. So if you can't find one right away for a verb, go to another verb. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, I don't like that one because I can't really come up with a good ly word to go with that. So that spew out. Spew, that's an action word, right? So maybe I could find an ly word that goes to that. That rapidly spew out. That furiously spill out. That would be fast too. That violently spew out. Could use some of those. Viciously spew out. And you're just going to write it over the verb that you want to use it for. Okay. So that would be if you put an ly word in front or behind a verb. Okay. And basically the same rule applies when you try to open up a sentence. You want to open up one of your sentences with an ly word. This is hard for me because I'm only working with 2 sentences. You're going to have 7 or 8 sentences. And so you should be able to find one verb to put an ly word in behind or in front. And you should be able to find one sentence that you could open it up with an ly word. I think because we're dealing with the sea creature that does some awful things, you could look at some of these words like viciously, or zealously, violently, powerfully, rapidly, quietly. You know, he might sneak up on his predator quietly, right? Okay, I hope that helps with your rough draft. Have fun with your rough draft. And remember, you only have to use one quality adjective, one ly word, one ly opener, and you just don't want to have any banned verbs in there. You want to replace them with a strong verb. So just remember to circle, to go through and look for any banned verbs that you can circle and make sure you replace them with a strong verb. The back of your book has all the answers for those. Okay, that's it for a rough draft. And as always, I say, please call me, FaceTime me, talk to me on the phone if you have any questions. Okay, have a great day.